So this time around, I've decided that we're gonna try and see if we can use Mismagius here. Mismagius is a very weird Pokemon in that I think its stats are actually really good for what it's worth. It has really solid special attack, special defense, and speed. And its move pool is, decent enough. But for whatever reason, it's still relegated down to NU because it's just not anything overwhelming. 105 in those three stats is good, but it's not exactly something amazing. There are a lot of things that, for example, have a lot less in maybe some stats, but are better in some stats that outweigh her. But in any case, this team I have here, Mismagius, with actually a very interesting set. I have Nasty Plot, I have Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and Thunderbolt. For the item, I actually have a Salac Berry. So once Mismagius' defenses, or rather her HP goes down to 1/4, Berry kicks in, makes her speed high. Also, basically what I do with this is I go out, use Mismagius, use Nasty Plot, get hit, survive hopefully, trigger the berry, and then go ahead and sweep. It's a tactic that is pretty basic and that I used to pretty much use all the time on a lot of different Pokemon. But to help them out, I got somewhat of an interesting squad of Pokemon. Most of them I don't really use too often. I do have Ambipom, who I've used extensively, even in the actual cartridge game. I have an Ambipom lead that's really fun to use, but it's the basic set with just Life Orb, Technician, Fake Out, Double Hit, actually, no knockoff or return, Double Hit, just because I feel like that's a little bit better. It also breaks subs and stuff. Pursuit, even though I don't like Pursuit, but it does get the boost, and I feel pretty cool if I can read the switch. And the final move is U-turn just to get out of there. Golbat we actually have here with an Eviolite, and it really only has defensive moves. It has Taunt, Defog, Toxic, and Roost. It has no attacking moves, and he just kind of comes out, takes hits, but also stalls out and does shit. We got the Dodrio here, who's actually our main offensive attacker on this team, with a choice band, because I figured its speed was good enough. So he has a choice band. He has Brave Bird, Jump Kick. Let's see. What else did I give him? He didn't really have too many great moves. So I know he has those two moves, and to be honest, I really only used Brave Bird. Let's see. Brave Bird, Jump Kick, Return, and then probably like Drill Rush or whatever that move is called, the ground one. Probably that for coverage. Sceptile we actually have here. I believe Sceptile is actually Choice Specs. Not very happy about this set. It has a hidden power. I believe it's fire. It has Leaf Storm. I'm blanking out on its moves. Sceptile didn't really do great in this match, I'll say that much. And finally, we do have Sazmatode, who I hate, but actually is really good at NU. He just has leftovers, Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Drain Punch, and finally Scald. So let's go ahead and get right down to it. My opponent goes out and starts out with the Frostlass, hits me with a taunt, which is pretty fun because I went for taunt, so I couldn't taunt after getting taunted. So after that, I just switch, go here to Bertha here. I get hit with another taunt, but I obviously knew that was coming, so I just went for a knock off this thing's Focus Sash, leave it up to 1 HP, but obviously the Destiny Bomb comes in. I knew it was coming, but I went for the Scold anyways like an idiot. So down goes the Frostlass, and because of the Destiny Bomb, down go I. After that, he goes into the Aurorus here, who brings out the Hail. I go out, use Defog, get rid of the spikes that the Frostlass throw, and get hit with a crazy strong Blizzard, and then get frozen. So unfortunately, Zubat Woman is not really able to do quite much, and my opponent takes the opportunity here to let the Hail take me out while he throws out his rocks and then finishes me off with another Blizzard attack. So now I'm kind of fucked because I lost the only way to get rid of the rocks. I go here into my Sceptile, and thankfully I'm fast enough to go out, use the Focus Blast, and get rid of the Aurorus. That's the other move, actually, now that I think about it. But unfortunately, he goes on to the Vanillix, which is short scarfed, and actually just finishes me off with a Blizzard, and then I go out here into my Dotrio get finished with another Blizzard, and then finally I go into Sunshine, hit that thing with a fake out to make it flinch at least. He goes for a Blizzard, finishes me off after a critical hit, so I'm kind of fucked at this point, but at the very least the hail stopped, so I go out, go into my Mismagius here, get hit with a Blizzard, almost die. The Sonic Berry kicks off, I go for the Nasty Plot, double my special attack, he switches, goes into the Slowbro, and I figured, well, time to wreck house. I get rid of the Slowbro with the Shadow Ball. I don't know why he switched out to that in the first place. And then he goes back into the Vanilla. I'm faster than it, thankfully, thanks to the boost, and I managed a critical hit, finish it off with the Shadow Ball. He goes here into the Sand Slash. I managed to thankfully kill that thing with the Shadow Ball, and I survived just enough after the hail to finish off this Guzzlord with the the Dazzling Gleam. Not a bad match. I managed to completely turn that around thanks to the fact that Mismagius came in super clutch. I always want to, do these things where the focal Pokemon shines. That's usually the matches I try to pick. So this is the best example of that. And I also try to make it so it's not that I completely sweep the other team, because that's kind of boring to watch, unless I do it in a really cool way, which usually isn't the case. It's usually just my opponent doing something stupid and fucking up. In any case, stay fresh.